You're listening to Comic Reflections, episode 69. I'm your host, Nicholas Prom.
I'm Jeff Barnhart. I'm the cute girlfriend who has no idea the secret identity.
Oh, man. Oh, another classic comic archetype.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Comic Reflections is a proud member of the Rhymes with Geek podcast network. You can listen to our show, plus many others like Real Books Don't Have Batman, Super Podcasto Magnifico, and loads of others at rhymeswithgeek.com. So about Korak, we've got Korak Son of Tarzan, number 46. The lead story is The Treasure Vaults of Opar, written by Len Wein, with art by Frank Thorne, who you'll remember, of course, from Red Sonja.
Yeah, no, I was shocked when I saw that. So
Yeah, I tend to think of Frank Thorne as a Marvel guy, but hey, you pick up work where there's work.
I don't know. It'd be interesting if there's any artists who were just DC or Marvel, period. And I'm not sure.
DC or Marvel?
Yeah.
Um,
Period. No, nothing.
John Buscema, I've never seen him do anything at anywhere other than Marvel. He did Fantastic Four. He did Thor. Following Kirby in both of those.
Right.
He did the Silver Surfer. He did the best Conan stuff. He is the Conan guy. Plenty of other stuff. John Buscema, great. But yeah, I never saw him do anything at DC.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him do those characters. He's one of my favorite comic artists. And there are others. I mean, it's weird. Like, I think Carmine Infantino, I think of him as a DC guy, and he was even the publisher at one point.
Right.
But then he did Spider-Woman at Marvel. He did Star Wars at Marvel. So, yeah.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's kind of interesting. This huge rivalry with all the. It's like baseball or
But
something.
sometimes people go back and forth. I mean,
Exactly.
Danny O'Neill worked for both at different times. Len Wein and Marv Wolfman.
Jack Kirby, of course.
Yeah.
Famously.
Yeah. And I think a lot of these guys really are like major figures at both companies.
Yeah. They're more like mercenaries.
Not
in a bad way, but
in a work for hire situation, if it's a little thin at one, or you're not getting to be creative or whatever at one, let's go and try it over across the street.
It's just interesting that the companies themselves has this huge rivalry.
But it's
tooth and nail, but then
in a way, at a certain point, it becomes a friendly rivalry. I mean, Marvel referred to DC as the distinguished competition.
Right, and Brand X, right?
Yeah. But I think that there's a respect between the two. I mean, and for a while, their offices were literally like down the street from each other or just across the way. Now DC is moving to Los Angeles, and it's so weird.
That's a bad idea.
It is. But, it can only help their Hollywood output, though, which needs more comic people and less Hollywood people. That's why I think the Marvel movies are beating DC at least in quantity and general level of quality, because, I don't know, that just...
I think that the comic books, the physical paper comic books are loss leaders, and that's where they make their money is in the movies.
Although the industry had a 10% gain this year in sales, paper sales.
Oh, anything in particular? Or?
Not for Marvel and DC, but the biggest selling comic book of the year was like The Walking Dead, number 115, and it sold like 352,000 copies. Yeah, in the first print alone of that one issue, and this is saying the comic book industry, I think, is really bouncing back. I think there is it's taken a few years, but there's starting to be a correlation between these high-profile media projects, be they television or movies, and side-by-side growth in comic book readership. So that's good.
Well, let's hope.
Yeah. So. But what's up with Korak?
He spotted this water buffalo and makes the water buffalo bash his head in a tree, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then I almost called it an ornithopter, but it's a gyrocopter.
Yeah.
And it crashes. They're always crashing in the jungle.
Sure. Ornithopter. Wasn't that from Dune?
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
So, no. So Korak comes in, saves the day, and rescues this beautiful blonde and her three the
Traveling
traveling
companions.
companions. Oh, and what are they after? They're after this. Oh, that's at some lost city. Man,
Yeah.
Africa ought to be more careful. It loses too many cities.
I mean, we have to think like this cliche, and there's no other word for it,
Mhm.
is kind of born from Edgar Rice Burroughs. So,
We'll get to this point a little bit later in the program.
okay, well, I'll just let you carry on with this.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, she's lost city of Opar.
Right.
So they're going to get the money, and one of the guys is injured and he's kind of out of his mind. And
Yeah.
the other guy's a real jerk, and the other guy is in love with what's her name, Joyce.
Sure. Joyce DeWitt.
Yeah, yeah. So and they get attacked by beastmen, and
Of course they do.
yeah, they see the city. The city is wonderfully drawn. It's part of Atlantis. Yeah. Okay.
What isn't, you
Yeah.
know?
Okay. Joyce is taken by the Beastmen, and they follow the Beastmen into the throne room, and there she is in a beautiful yellow or golden bikini,
Yeah,
like girls ought to be.
sure. And she's a blonde, so they worship her, of course, as some kind of goddess or something.
Yeah, that's yep. That's a common trope too.
Oh,
King
sure.
Kong.
Yeah, blondes are pretty scarce around here.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Right.
God, that's
Actually,
one of my favorite movies ever.
the original. Portrait.
Yeah.
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 It is wonderful. Poor King Kong. He battles a Tyrannosaurus Rex and pterodactyls and
All kinds of crap.
huh?
All kinds of stuff,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, for this girl, and she's still scared of him. But you really care that King Kong dies, and
Yeah.
you really feel sad about it.
Pathos, man.
Yeah, but in the um, 72 remake,
I think it was actually 77 or 8.
77, and the more recent one,
Yeah.
I didn't care.
I have dim memories of the 70s version. I don't know if I've seen it in its entirety, but it didn't do much for me. It didn't draw me in.
I would suggest watching again because
Yeah.
it's on the Two Towers, and that
Right.
will give you a different. I don't know, it shouldn't, but it does.
Yeah.
The real world intrudes on art sometimes.
But I remember the original like just sucking me in and like being totally engrossed, and that movie didn't do it.
Right.
I remember King Kong Lives, the sort of sequel to that. And it's
Yeah.
bad, but I remember enjoying that a lot.
As a kid,
Yeah.
and there's a great Japanese one, King Kong Escapes, which I love.
Oh, where he fights the Mecha Kong?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
And there's a UN group, and
Yeah.
I saw it in the theaters.
Yeah.
And
Did you really?
Yes, I
That's
did.
awesome.
And my mother was always late to movies, so we get into the middle of it, and the bad guy dies in the end. Big surprise there, and he's crushed by this table, and
Yeah.
blood comes out of his. I was young, and that horrified me. So I'm out. Let's go.
I remember thinking that was pretty gruesome too.
Yeah. Mega Kong was cool.
Yeah, he was.
And
Did you ever you've seen Son of Kong from like it's
I thought there was a sequel to
the original King Kong? Yeah, but then the 70s King Kong had a sequel in the 80s called King Kong Lives
Oh, yeah.
with
that
Linda whatever Hamilton in it.
was- Really?
Yeah, and
I love Linda Hamilton, but
I remember liking it as a kid, but I'm sure if I saw it, I would think it was horrible. But yeah,
Okay, so
King
they
Kong
try to-
versus Godzilla is also a good one too.
Which one?
King Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah, that is. You know, in King Kong wins here in Hollywood, but in Japan,
Right.
Godzilla wins.
They filmed
kind
two
of-
different endings for it so that nobody's cultural icon would be shamed or whatever. So in Japan they showed it with Godzilla winning, and America
I'd like
King
to
Kong.
see their version.
I'd like to too. I wonder if there's a special edition DVD with that.
And Godzilla's got a. It's supposedly much longer than one we see, and the one without.
Raymond Burr?
Yeah, who I love, but he's not necessary in this movie.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no, it's been released with the Japanese version.
I know that, but I'm wondering about the other one. But supposedly it's really the original Godzilla was long and serious, and we think
Well, I've
it's
seen
more-
the version with Raymond Burr, and it's long and serious, and it's kind
Yeah.
of like this isn't even fun.
but it's even more long and more serious in the original
Yeah.
Japanese, from what I understand.
Yeah,
So,
but I liked a lot of the Godzilla movies where it's Godzilla versus so and so. Those are really fun. Versus Gigan and Megalon. Those are a lot of fun.
yeah, it got the coolest roar. So
Yeah.
And the new preview of the next Godzilla movie is interesting. I
Yeah.
don't know if the movie is half as good as the preview, it's going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
But that's a big, big if. Hey,
It- uh,
back to Korak.
yeah,
She had
boy,
something
we
else to
just
say.
keep getting off the track, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
All right, so they try to save the girl Joyce, and Joyce bashes Korak in the head with some kind of molten lamp, or yeah, it's a lamp. Okay,
Yeah.
but
A
it's
brazier, as
really
they would call it.
yeah. Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Really cool, well done drawing there.
Yeah.
So then she comes and rescues them. So,
Yeah.
so they find the gold.
Because she didn't want to be rescued because she had found out where the gold was.
Right.
She had to kind of slow him down, like, yeah.
So they find the gold, and it's like Smog's place.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Well done. Assyrian sculpture there is kind of cool.
Cool.
So the big bad guy, and they always do it when they find the gold. Why don't they just wait and then get the gold out?
Yeah.
Is he going to carry this gold by himself? And all right, so the bad guy shows a gun at him. Then they are attacked by the Beastman, who kills the bad guy, and they run. But Joyce wants that money, so she comes back and she's trapped in there. So Korak and the guy who really loves Joyce escape, but the guy who really loves Joyce wants to go back. So Korak bashes him in the head and carries him back to civilization. What a great ending that was.
Yeah, but I thought, like, when I read this, I was like, wait, Korak basically left that girl, like, just to die
evil.
or whatever?
Hey, she was evil.
I don't know, but
No,
to me, a hero wouldn't leave somebody like that. I don't know.
I thought it was the right thing to do.
Yeah?
One thing had been very difficult to get her. She
Okay.
didn't want to go without the gold, and then he would be helping her steal something.
Okay.
And then he might get bashed in the head again. And she looked like she was happy there for a while. So
Okay.
in her gold bikini and all that stuff, who wouldn't be?
Yeah.
Having all these willing slaves and all that stuff. So.
I guess. Do you see this advertisement for the Kirby portfolio?
Yeah, so I'd like to have this.
Yeah.
Oh man, that one thing. Go back in time, just buy everything advertised
In comic books?
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
There's a lot of stuff I'm like, man, because if I had the bread, like, if I had today's money at that time, I'd be like, yeah, I'd just get all this stuff.
Yeah, you kind of want to send $5.68 to there, see what happens, to the address, see what happens.
You return to sender. Yeah. That's what'll happen.
Yeah.
So we got a backup story, and this is cool. This whole issue, there's all these backup features and all these other Edgar Rice Burroughs properties.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, DC has acquired the Burroughs license, and they're making full use of it. And this story is, they've got Pirates of Venus Part 1, Mars or Bust, with Carson of Venus.
Mm-hmm.
And Len Wein wrote it, Mike Kaluta illustrated it.
Kaluta does a wonderful job here.
He's one of these guys that's very well loved and remembered from the 70s.
Mm-hmm. You cannot, not every panel you'd put on your wall, but the majority of them.
Yeah.
You'd put them on your wall and with pride.
Sure.
Oh, cool rocket ship. He goes to Mars. What's his name? It's
Carson.
Carson. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because he's Carson of Venus.
Yeah. Yeah, he builds a rocket ship, and he builds this cool, it's on
a ramp.
On a ramp, which is great. And he messes up his trajectory. He's not going to Mars.
He forgets about the moon. Yeah, that's a big mistake.
And somehow forgetting the moon in his calculations sends him off to the wrong place.
Yeah. Forgetting the moon in space flight is a big mistake.
Yeah.
So, it's like forgetting to close the door in a submarine.
Whoops. Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty. Wow. Oh, it's so pretty. It's beautiful. But instead of goes to Mars, he goes to Venus. Yay.
Okay.
And Venus is Venusian, its ways. It's kind of creepy.
He gets there and he meets this cool-looking monster. It looks like a big cat with a cyclops with crab arms, and it's just all mangy and.
And it's got human kind of feet or something like that. It's kind of
it's super
yellow
weird.
with a red
tiger stripes or something. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And he fights it, and then he's saved by these people in loincloths.
Yeah.
Man, loincloths are a big thing in not William S. Burroughs. Edgar Rice Burroughs.
Wow, William S. Burroughs. Can you
Yeah,
imagine?
I think loincloths are big in William S. Burroughs in the world, too.
Oh, man.
I love my lollipops.
Steely Dan and the Heavy Metal Kid and all that. Aren't those William S. Burroughs kind of things?
I guess so.
I haven't read William S. Burroughs. He did Naked Lunch, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I read a little bit. That sort of... Is he the one who shot an apple off his...
That's William Tell.
No, off his girlfriend's head and missed.
No, well, I don't know.
I think it's William.
I thought William S. Burroughs was a homosexual. So no girlfriends for him.
Maybe I'm thinking about the guy who did Howl.
He also was a homosexual.
Or
what was that guy's name?
Allen Ginsberg.
Ginsberg, yeah.
I thought it was Burroughs. I don't know.
To the internet.
Those guys. Yeah.
Later.
It's modern poetry. I really don't care anyway. So, if it doesn't rhyme, I ain't got the time.
You know, poems are fine, but I can't get into them, you know? And I certainly don't express myself that way.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess, like, man, in literary circles, you're just a Philistine if you just can't get into poetry.
Yeah, I like poetry, but poetry rhymes for the simple reason it's easier to remember a rhyme.
Yeah.
And that is why that's how poetry started with Homer and all that. And that stuff rhymed. And it's easy to remember it because you didn't write it down. And it's meant to be, and it's part of our... To do this freestyle or blank verse or whatever it's called, it's... I don't know, I can't tell bad and good in it. And I'm not going to spend my time with it because it's all pretentious and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. It's just like, be flowery in prose. Give me a story. Describe something. Don't make something that's all wishy-washy, that's open to interpretation. Like, tell me what you're seeing. That's real writing to me. You know?
Yeah. Of course, interpretations, you can interpret.
You know what I mean? There's so much ambiguity in poetry.
Right.
You know, I mean, like, you write a story about a guy going to Venus, you can imagine how they're just, you know, the guy is describing the Venusian landscape, and you have the picture in your mind. Great. But somebody, like, tells a poem and can mean one thing or some other. I don't know. It's just too flimsy for me.
Yeah, and I guess I'm middlebrow. And 30, 40 years ago, there were poems in your local newspaper.
Sure.
Not anymore, because poetry is for English majors now.
Yeah.
And people want to be English majors.
Yeah.
Or something. And it's not for the common person.
Well, I just think it's so... I think you said it too. It's like, it's so pretentious most of the time. And people who are just big on poetry seem to have that air about them. And I'm just like, well, this is fine, but... Bleh. Give me a story.
Yeah. No, but if you want to read poetry, that's fine.
Yeah.
And it's just not for me. And I do like...
I don't mind reading a story that has a poem in it.
Right.
That's great. That's when I feel like poetry has a purpose. But
someday we'll talk about my favorite poem.
Okay.
Maybe I'll hire somebody to read it out because I'm not.
Is it by Elizabeth Barrett Browning?
No. And
Robert Frost is it Robert Frost?
I like Robert Frost.
Yeah.
I suppose he was a big jerk.
A lot of creative people.
Oh, was it called? Yeah, but my English professor, he's the meanest man you ever met.
The meanest man you ever met?
Yeah.
Was this a lady saying that?
No, it was a guy.
Oh man, the meanest man you ever met.
Yeah. Oh, so
he's the George Papard of poetry.
Oh, cool.
Now you cannot undo that in your mind.
Yeah.
Now you're like, Robert Frost is George Papard. They are one man.
Great.
So what happened to Carson of Venus?
Oh, he meets some
Venusians.
Loincloth clad Venusians, and he hears screaming, and that's it.
Yeah, but at least
is a girl in the garden.
Yeah, but at least we know the Venusians are friendly.
Yeah.
So that's good. So we got our next story. It's another Burroughs property. It's At the Earth's Core, Part 1, The World Within, written by Len Wein with art by Alan Weiss.
Yeah, I have read most of it's
Pellucidar?
I have read most of the books, and pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's entertaining. Although, man, he needs to keep an eye on his girlfriend because his girlfriend gets stolen about 3 or 4 times in this series of books. But it's hard. The hero has to have something to do heroic,
Yeah.
and we really don't care about Plusadar that much. I mean, it's a cool place, but whether it's in tyranny or run by I don't know the old club, it doesn't really. But we can
Yeah, of course.
understand our loved ones being stolen.
Of course.
So and so, it's pretty cool. Plusadar is in the center of the earth, and it's kind of cool. It has no horizon
Yeah.
because it's totally flat,
Yeah.
and that's kind of neat. Cool creatures, really super well drawn.
Yeah. Good
It,
job, Ellen Weiss.
yeah,
Big giant cave bear. It's not even it's a prehistoric bear with a big like elephant snout or something. It's weird.
yeah, it is. It's
And
kind
it
of
fights about a dozen
looks like a
wolves
big, huge angry anteater.
or a sloth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Attacked by weird, mean dogs,
Mm-hmm.
and they're saved by blue people. Okay, so
Yeah.
in the end.
For now.
Yeah, well, that's kind of
So
cool. Yeah, I suppose it's pretty cool. I saw this one with John Carter. The movie was okay, but they should have named it John Carter Mars.
yeah.
Why should we see John Carter? Who's John Carter?
Yeah.
And if I've been told,
It was a good
oh
movie. It's too bad that the sequels will not be happening.
yeah,
You know,
I
because it had so much potential,
mhm,
and I enjoyed the movie. But so
yeah.
we got another issue of Korak. It's funny that other issue, the first one was the first issue of Korak that DC did. If they took over from Gold Key,
Mm-hmm.
and then this is like the second to last one that DC did. They only did
Oh,
for a couple years with the Burroughs license before it went to Marvel, and Marvel did great things with especially with
okay.
John Carter. But this is Korak Son of Tarzan number 58, and the lead story is Cave of Darkness, written by Joe Kubert, with art by Rudy Flores.
I have no idea.
It's okay. Don't matter. We'll just
Yeah, I
carry
didn't see
on.
his name here.
It might not be listed there. I looked it up, so
Okay. All right, we see these gods of fate looking down on Korak.
yeah.
Man, they're mean. Oh, just send them into danger. Ha ha ha.
Well, I mean that's a trope of so many, Gladiator movies or all those Hercules movies or
Oh,
whatever,
yeah.
which I just got done watching a bunch of. I
Mhm.
got one of those 50
Oh,
movie pack
I'm not
things.
complaining. It's just those gods are mean.
Yeah, the gods must be crazy.
Yeah. No, Korak is in this boat, and the gods in the storm, and put him on this island with a bunch of huge, ugly bugs.
Yeah, giant insects, and it's
Mm.
pretty sweet.
Yeah, it is.
And so he's
cool.
on the beachhead, and he's got to fight these giant bugs, and it's pretty rad.
Yeah. So he comes into a village, and they're doing a ritual sacrifice to an evil monster
Yeah,
and some lovely daughter. A ritual of blood.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's big, like a giant iguana or something.
No, giant iguana is in front of it, so he has to go through the giant iguana to get to the real monster.
Oh, right, okay.
Man, the gods put these heroes to work.
Well, I'm glad Korak's got more to do than just save some girl from a lost city. This is really exciting. And then the monster is this giant bat thing, right?
Yeah, and it's huge, and he's fighting, and what he does is he makes a spark with flint
Yeah,
and blinds a bat because a bat is
right. They're like
bats are not blind.
right, but they live in the dark so much,
Right,
so a big
exactly.
flash of light is gonna, they're not gonna have time to adjust.
Yeah. So he drags the dead body of the bat into the back to the village, and the gods just had a look down, look kind of amused and happy.
Okay, so Korak kills the monster. Yay!
Yeah.
So we've got a backup story, and it's The Deadly Motion Picture, Part 2, written by Gaylord Dubois, with art by Russ Manning.
Mm-hmm.
And this is reprinted from the Tarzan newspaper strip.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Russ Manning was the Tarzan newspaper artist.
Huh.
I'm not familiar with that series. It's weird that they would just go off and do a whole story about Korak, not Tarzan. But yeah.
That's, I wonder. It looks a little bit different once you told me that. Now it's just, I don't know. It looks a little bit different or something. I don't know if it's.
Well, it's
my
the art
imagination.
and also Korak's hair is much shorter and this and stuff. But
But the drawing style I'm talking about.
yeah, well, Manning is much different than Rudy Flores.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if it's because it's a newspaper, or is there a difference between newspaper drawing and comic book drawing? But I guess Spider-Man looks like Spider-Man in the newspaper.
Sure.
So,
I don't know.
yeah. They're filming some jungle movie,
Mm-hmm.
and Korak keeps getting in the way, saving this girl, Anne. Wow, and it got some crazy, creepy creature attacking him.
Yeah.
But she's got a boyfriend, so
And
there's
he's
no
all
love.
jealous about Korak
Mm-hmm.
because
Anne is leading them on, I think.
yeah. So
She's so mean.
yeah, it ends on a cliffhanger. So,
Yeah.
but next we got to talk about one of my favorite topics for this show. Like whenever they come up, I'm just jazzed to talk about the Legion of Superheroes.
Okay.
Yeah. And before we get into this, Jeff, I just started listening to this other podcast
Right.
that it's called Legion of Substitute Podcasters, and every week all they talk about is the Legion.
Really?
Yeah, and it's a
Okay.
pretty fun show, and they
Huh.
just get really in depth with the Legion's history, and
You
just-
can do that. You
Yes,
can write
well,
a
they have-
nice dissertation,
well, I mean,
or a dozen of them on the graduate dissertation on the subject.
yeah. So I mean, and the Legion of Superheroes has been around for over 50 years, so
Mm-hmm.
why not have a podcast all about them? So
Yeah, and there's a bunch of people in it. There's nothing. You won't run out of things to talk about anytime soon.
no. So yeah.
Yeah.
But I've been enjoying that show, and I just kind of wanted to plug it because it's a good
Yeah.
program.
Ironically, I have nothing to say about this one, so let's go on.
No! Hang on, but we have the Legion of Superheroes number 278, and the story is Tragedy at the Top of the World, written by Jerry Conway and Roy Thomas, with art by Jimmy Janes and inked by Bruce D. Patterson.
Yeah.
You want to hit the roll call for this story?
Okay. Lightning Lad, Saturn Girl, Cosmic Boy, Duo Damsel, Wildfire, Timberwolf, Light Lass, Block. I don't even remember him. Karate Kid, Element Lad. Oh, I know who Block is.
Yeah.
Never mind. Shrinking Violet, Dream Girl, Starboy, Phantom Girl, Brainiac 5, Colossal Boy, Mon-El, Princess Projectra, and Bouncing Boy.
I love Bouncing Boy.
Yeah. We had a conversation, what would our superhero name be? And I forgot to tell him I'd be Library Lad.
Oh. So what are the Legion up to in this story?
Oh, I'm kind of conflicted on this. What's his name?
Oh, Grimbor the Chainsman is holding the Earth hostage.
With chains.
Around the
These big,
earth.
Huge. I was disappointed with the chains. And they could have, it just looks like the chains you would buy at the Ace Hardware store. It's sort of,
Okay.
all right. But the little bit of just making them square or something, make them look different, they could have been a little bit more cooler. They just looked
Okay.
big chains. Oh my God! I was just kind of disappointed with that, and the idea of chains constricting the earth and destroying it is sort of, I don't know. It's not one of those things that keeps me up at night.
You make a good point.
But it's a good story.
Grimbor wants revenge on the Legion because you remember when that other story we read with him,
Mm-hmm.
he and Charma teamed up and they were fighting the Legion,
Mm-hmm.
and Charma went to prison and she was killed by other chicks in prison because all women hate Charma and all men love her.
Right.
So Grimbor was totally in love with her and how he wants revenge on the Legion. So he's
and
holding
everybody else apparently.
Yeah. So he's holding the Earth hostage or whatever. He's going to destroy it with these giant chains, which is kind of ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But boy, the Legion are flying into action and trying to destroy the chains, and neat stuff's going on.
Yeah, it's almost hard to keep up with them because there's too many Legionnaires, and it's who's this and who's talking and what's going on.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I read Legion seriously. If you can read a comic book seriously, but it's pretty cool. They try to blast the chain and it blasts back on them. Really cool panel with them. And
Yeah, Lightning Lad and Light Lass are having no luck destroying these chains in space.
yeah, it's just really cool the way they drew the explosion and all. And,
Yeah.
The field of electrical energy. Really well done.
Yeah.
So they go after it and they decide they all can't break the chain. So hey, at the North Pole, there is some kind of energy emanating,
Yeah.
as it always does in these stories. So they go there. Meanwhile, they're back talking to the President Marty Alon, so who doesn't like the Legion.
And she's the mother of, is it Colossal Boy or is it of somebody else? The president
Whoever
of
that guy is.
Yeah, it's Colossal Boy.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, Wildfire, Starboy, Colossal
Mhm.
Boy, and I think Shrinking Violet and Karate Kid on a view screen are having a meeting with the Earth president, and she's not a Legion fan, I guess.
Right. And then here comes
Grimbor.
Grimbor.
He just materializes, or does he just make a hologram projection of himself?
Hologram projection.
Yeah.
So he's given the world 24 hours. Now he only gives them 1 hour. So take that, world.
Yeah.
Oh, pretty good story. They're trying to get some information from this ship, spaceship, and this official said, "Oh, you can't go in there," and they could just give him a bribe, but a Phantom Girl sneaks in.
Yeah, she goes through the wall to sneak in, which is cool. And she's with Cosmic Boy and Sun Boy and
Bouncing Boy
and
is
Block.
that Block?
Yeah, and Duo Damsel.
I like
yeah.
him.
Yeah. And then Reflecto shows up and starts giving him some problems.
Yeah, I kind of suspected who he was because I just read who Reflecto was. So.
Yeah, can you want to talk about who Reflecto is?
Okay. Superboy was hypnotically told not to come in the 30th century.
Right.
But he finds himself in the 30th century because it happens a lot to Superboy by accident. So he goes a little crazy. So he says, well, in his mind, if I'm not Superboy, I'm not breaking this rule. So it becomes Reflecto.
Ah.
And he's not as powerful.
Right.
But he's plenty powerful. So.
Okay.
But he changes his suit and he changes his hair color.
Yeah. That's weird.
If he had just put on glasses, we'd have saved a lot of trouble.
So, I know it's weird. I thought, doesn't Reflecto have something weird to do with Ultra Boy, though, also?
Oh, I couldn't understand what was going on with that. Supposedly he was Ultra Boy, or they thought he was, or something, and Wiki was confused.
Yeah. I mean, the Legion history is so convoluted and complex. So.
But I think he became Ultra Boy, then he died, so they have, or something, so that's why there's a statue at Ultra Boy's death or something like that, or
I have to look up more into this. So,
I know,
but
and I just read it today, and I was, what's going on?
yeah. So what Reflecto is fighting the Legion. He's keeping them from their goal.
Yeah, by accident. I'm not sure what's going on.
Because doesn't he have a thing for Phantom Girl?
Yeah. And it's just, I don't know what's going on with him. He's kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
And him and Block fight. Cool. That's a nice, not a bad fight. Bouncing Boy gets, Bouncing Boy.
I like Bouncing Boy a lot. He's fun.
Yeah, and Bouncing Boy just is bounced away and then bashes into two legionnaires.
That's Duo Damsel.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So that's his wives.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if they're married at this point or if that's later.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. He likes Shadow Lass.
Who does?
Reflecto.
Oh, that's right.
Cool. They find out that there's, what is this? A power crystal, which is a huge crystal that makes power.
Oh.
Okay. And they found out that these are being imported back in surreptitiously to Earth. So this creates a tremendous amount of power. So that's why they cannot break the chains.
Ah, so these are kind of what's powering the chains
Mm-hmm.
the Grimbor's got around the Earth.
Yeah.
So if they disable this, will they be able to break the chains and defeat Grimbor?
Maybe. We will have to see.
Okay.
So they go up to the North Pole where
Now, who's at the North Pole? We've got Timberwolf, Mon-El, Shadowlass, I think Saturn Girl, and Lightning Lad.
Yeah, son.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And Grimbor has built himself a castle in the north.
Okay.
Castles are cold already.
Yeah.
And so that's not that they're imposing. But it's got some cool defenses, and it's some of the most clever defenses I've seen in any comic book or movie, in fact.
Yeah.
It's kind of well done, well designed. Some of them kind of dumb, like this cage that opens up. But some cool. It put feathers on.
Who's that?
Sorry, I'm having trouble remembering who's who. Now.
With the cape, that's Mon-El.
No, the girl with the pink.
Oh, that's Saturn Girl.
I remember the older stuff. And so
yeah, sorry. So sometimes they change costumes. So yeah.
Yeah, of course they do. It's very fetching, but it makes it hard for me to remember. And she doesn't have a Saturn symbol on it.
It's on her belt now.
Oh, yeah, it is. Well, she's fettered. So Garth, who is Lightning Lad, right?
Yeah.
He tries to zap him off and electrocutes her and almost kills her.
That's no good.
Yeah. And they sent out, let's see, Shadow Lass.
Mm-hmm.
Puts shadow over the castle. And Grimbor sends out this big arrow that clamps her mouth shut and knocks her out, but it could have killed her.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't. So Grimbor's, I don't know if he's playing with them or not.
I don't know.
You don't play with a Legion, though.
Nope.
I
think Light Lass tries to lift up the castle with her powers.
By making it super light.
Yeah.
And she gets whacked in the throat with a chain.
Oh, man.
That's cool. Then Timberwolf goes up and he misses the trap.
Mm-hmm.
And then gets trapped again. So we're kept wondering what's going to happen.
Yeah, at the end we kind of see Karate Kid and Princess Projectra, but I don't know. It's a cliffhanger and we don't see what goes on next. So,
yeah, sigh.
So, moving on, we've got a bunch of Fantastic Four to talk about today.
And they are fantastic.
Yes, and this is great because I think we've got about it's about 6 issues of Fantastic Four in succession.
And these are huge, too.
Yeah. I've got, it's from a reprint series called Marvel's Greatest Comics, but issue number 30 has Behold, a Distant Star, which reprints Fantastic Four number 37. Mm-hmm. And it's written by Stan Lee with art by Jack Kirby and inked by Chick Stone.
Yep. Oh, well, everyone's getting ready to go get married. So.
Yeah, Reed and Sue are going to be married soon, and they're going to have the wedding rehearsal. But
yeah, Reed has invented a new power ray that gives the Fantastic Four too much power. So Sue is all upset because her dad was killed by the Skrulls.
Yeah.
So she wants revenge. Yeah.
She wants the Skrull who killed her father brought to justice.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So they decide, hey, let's go to the Skrull homeworld.
Yeah. Alicia and Thing is probably one of the most satisfying love affairs in comicdom.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the thing is this big bruiser, but Alicia, all she has to do is say a word, and he knuckles down. And
Yeah.
yeah, you're right, baby. So
Yeah.
it is.
He's got
I'm
the
trying to think of
soul
it.
of a prince.
I'm trying to think of any other romances I like. And,
That's a great one. There's some good ones in the Legion, but
yeah, but I think
like
Thing and
like
Alicia is the
yeah,
best.
yeah. I really like Mon-El and Phantom, or excuse me, and Shadowlass, and Karate Kid and
Yeah.
Projectra. But yeah,
I
there's
enjoy
other ones, but I'm blanking right now.
I enjoy Superman and Lois Lane and Lana Lang and
Lori Lamaris,
yeah. Wait a minute. Who does wait a minute, who does Jimmy like?
Lucy Lane.
Lucy Lane. That one, well, it's kind of not a romance, but they are enjoyable. But
Yeah.
I don't know, this tugs at my heartstrings. Thing and
Okay.
Alicia. I like
Oh
them.
yeah. And
That's
he
good.
always has these doubts, would she really love him still
Hmm.
if she could see, or
Right.
and
Hmm.
it's good. It makes for good reading. So
Hmm. Oh, so we go from um, Reed Richards in the Baxter Building to the Scrolls.
yeah.
Man, what a bad guy this guy. So this,
What's this guy's name?
oh, for crying out loud, what is it? Um, a
Hmm.
Morat
Oh, Morat. Yeah, yeah.
with his lovely
Anel, and she's the
no.
princess of the Skrull Emperor.
Hmm.
And yeah, Morat's just a real, just vicious and cruel
Hmm.
warlord of the Skrulls.
Yeah, and
He is the guy who killed
right.
Sue's father, Johnny's
Hmm.
father.
Yeah. So the Fantastic Four asked NASA for a spaceship, and they gave it to them, and they go into subspace
Yeah,
because the universe is like a ball.
sure.
Um,
And this is going through subspace allows them to travel the light years it takes to get to the Skrull homeworld in a very short amount of time.
mhm. Yeah. I don't know about these. They put a photograph. It's kind of severe, super black and white photograph.
But those are collages of photographs,
Right.
and the collages are done by Kirby.
Yeah.
That's one of his hobbies was that he would do collage stuff.
Really.
And the only time you'd really see it is in a couple of times in the Fantastic Four.
Oh, they did stuff like that though in Nick Fury, Agent of Shield, with the photographs and all that stuff.
Yeah, but that would have been Steranko, not Kirby.
Right. I know, but
But yeah,
you see that as well. So um, I don't, I don't know if they age well or something like that. They're kind of cool, but I just rather see drawing. But
okay.
so they land on Scroll Land. They get it. They attack the Scrolls, and the Scrolls beat their butts.
Because they find that on the Skrull homeworld, they lose their powers. Or they're weak. Their powers are pretty
Right.
ineffectual.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if the Scrolls did it or they just lost their powers on Scroll World.
It's kind of like Superman is weak on a planet with a red sun.
Yeah. So Morat, he has plans for the Fantastic Four. He's going to use them to take over from the Emperor.
Yeah, he wants to defeat the Fantastic Four and then have a coup against the Emperor and become the Emperor. The Emperor of the Skrulls does not want his daughter Anel to marry Morat, but she and Morat are in love.
Yep. Now the girls Skrulls look a lot better than the boy Skrulls.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Morat comes and was going to kill the Fantastic Four, get all the glory. And Reed said, "Hey, I'll make you more powerful than anything. I'll make you this device." So, oh, okay. Morat says, "Let's go ahead and do it." And so, stupidly, let's Reed make a power ray. And the rest of the Fantastic Four is mad at Reed for being a traitor.
Yeah. And he turns the ray on Ben and them. And then they realize, yeah, they get their powers back.
Mm-hmm.
And so then they're able to fight the Skrulls. And fight the Skrulls they do.
Yeah. So then the Emperor comes.
And he realizes that Morat's a traitor.
Mm-hmm. But Anel still likes him.
Yeah. And
So
she's lovely.
So they try to kill. They shoot Morat because he's guilty,
Hmm.
and she runs out in front of him, almost gets hit, but
But
Sue saves her with her
her force field.
force field.
Yeah. Which is good.
So justice is done. The Emperor sends them back, lets them go.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing this. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, and Anel would later be. She would die when Galactus ate the Skrull throne world. But that was the early 80s.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember, like, specifically, like, her death, like, when I read that. So,
Did we not read that? Have we read that comic book?
we may have.
I think we did.
When we had our big batch of...
Or at least it mentioned that.
It was leading up to it, or it just happened or something, yeah. In our big batch of Fantastic Four we had a while back. But the next story we've got in this book is Defeated by the Frightful Four from Fantastic Four, number 38. Written by Stan Lee with art, again, by Jack Kirby and Chick Stone.
This is interesting. We are... the first splash panel, full page, is they're standing on a photograph of tremendously complex scroll
machinery and stuff, yeah.
So
it looks great.
Mm-hmm. And we got some little playfulness going on with Sue and Reed.
Yeah.
She sneaks up behind him, invisible, and ruffles up his hair. And they play around, and I don't know, it was kind of sweet and cute.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed the interplay.
And so the Frightful Four are coming back. They want to, fight. They want to go after the Fantastic Four again. Mm-hmm. And the Wizard has gathered the Sandman and Medusa and the Trapster.
So we have the juxtaposition of the playful fighting of Fantastic Four and the nasty fighting of the Frightful Four.
Yeah.
They really hate each other, they're jealous, and they're trying to hurt each other.
Mm-hmm.
Or humiliate each other anyway.
Yeah.
And the Wingless Wizard is the leader.
Mm-hmm.
But no one else likes that.
So yeah.
So here comes Sue. She's choosing a dress, and it's designed by Medusa and the Wizard.
And so Medusa attacks and captured Sue, and the Trapster shows up too, right?
Right. And makes headlines.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah. Ben grabs a newspaper, and by just grabbing the guy up and tossing him into the newspaper guy into a truck full of mattresses. Quimby's mattresses.
Oh, yeah. Got to be somebody's mattresses.
Yeah. Oh, Quimby, Mary Quimby. I never heard of any other time than that. So.
Well, I'm sure it's a last name that exists. But at any rate.
All right. So this is all of an intricate plan, which is kind of cool. They're luring the Fantastic Four to this island where there's a Q bomb. So they're going to leave the Fantastic Four there and fly off, and Q bomb's going to kill them.
Okay.
And it's kind of a cool plan. A lot of stuff goes wrong, but they have the Frightful Four. They roll with the punches and escape anyway. And,
yeah.
And the Q bomb blows up.
Yeah.
So, lots of cool fighting.
Yeah.
Paste Pot Pete is now the Trapster.
Yeah, and he's doing more than just using glue now. He's got like other traps and things that he sets. Mm-hmm. So
pretty cool, and he's useful.
Yeah, I think they had to try and make him cooler because he was definitely the weak link.
Yeah, they should. Should they not just killed him and brought somebody else, another character? But
yeah, probably. The Trapster is still active in Marvel Comics.
Really?
Can you believe that?
Yeah, a lot of times.
I mean, now he's been a joke for a long time. People to this day refer to him Paste Pot Pete and get him all mad. Mm-hmm. But
well, he thought of the name, so
yeah,
he has no one to blame but himself and the writers, of course.
Yeah, but
there's a lot of characters they should have gotten rid of.
Such as?
Batman.
No.
Oh,
I get
I
what you're
don't know.
saying. Some characters definitely like they run their course, and it's
Yeah,
like,
nothing
oh,
comes to
why?
mind, but
You know,
yeah, it's
it
it
was
is.
right to kill Craven the Hunter, kind of in the '80s. You know, it
Mm-hmm.
was like okay, and they did it really well, and it was a really good story.
Mm-hmm.
He was always to me like, why do they have this guy? This
Yeah.
Hunter guy goes after Spider-Man, like it's boring, So
Yeah. Nothing comes to mind, but there are some characters. They're still around. It's like,
yeah,
yeah,
Aunt May for crying out loud.
yeah, I've had infirm parents,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really sad and all that stuff. But enough's enough. She gets sick too often.
Yeah,
It's they're using it for cheap
drama.
drama,
Yeah,
and I don't want. I'm done with that. It's kind
yeah,
of I kind of cringe when I see her because she's
yeah.
never happy or something like
Sure.
that. Oh, I mean, yeah. So we're done,
Yeah,
and that is a big pratfall or problem in art when you overdo something,
yeah.
and
You
that's
know.
why people hate Jerry Lewis because
Yeah,
his jokes keep on going,
yeah,
and you need to end them, and
yeah.
they don't
Well,
continue to be funny.
certain characters and storylines just tread water for way too long. It's like Spider-Man. They finally did something to shook him up, and they had that whole bit with Doc Ock becomes Spider-Man. I told you about that.
Yeah.
And now they're gonna reverse that and have Peter Parker come back. I'm like, man. I mean, I knew it was gonna happen, but it's just like finally something new and different is going on with Spider-Man because it's just the same old crap over and
Yeah.
over, and it's just I'm tired of Peter Parker. I'm bored with Peter Parker.
Or maybe
If I'm
make
reading
Peter,
the Silver Age, cool, but I mean now
or make him because he's always the loner teenager, nebbish
my thing is
guy.
he's an adult now.
Right.
He's like
He's insane.
he's like 40,
He's actually about
or
He's really about 70.
he's definitely in his 30s in the comics, and it's like
Mhm.
okay, can you
Do
have him
something different.
die
Like
or move on?
make him a business executive that
Well,
falls in or something super that hasn't been done before.
Well, as
with him.
other people's lives change, why shouldn't his? Why
Right.
can't he walk away from being Spider-Man or die and somebody else be Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Plenty of other
I
characters
don't know.
have a mantle that's passed.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, I don't know. It's
but I think Dick should be Batman now. Bruce Wayne should die, and Dick should be
yeah.
Batman. They did do that, but only for like a year.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah. But make Peter Parker the head of the newspaper and
but
put him over J. Jonah Jameson. Really check J. Jonah and do some really weird stuff like that or something like
Sure.
that. And as a comic book, they can do what they want to.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. He wins the lottery and hey, I'll buy the newspaper.
Yeah.
Okay. So cool fighting.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy these battles with the Frightful Four. You'd think, honestly, I look at the Frightful Four and I'm like, other than the Sandman, I don't see them like giving the Fantastic Four any trouble.
Yeah, Medusa.
But they do.
I mean, yeah, you think she has living hair. Ooh. But I like her. She is kind of a different. She's not really her Frightful Four.
She's not really a
Evil.
villainess.
Yeah.
She's not really evil because she's just kind of she escaped from like the great refuge of the Inhumans. She was she just didn't want to be whatever. She left her people.
Yeah, and she's up to no good, but she's not. She doesn't revel in evil.
Right.
Evil.
It's almost like she's with the Frightful Four just for something to do.
Yeah. So
the Q bomb goes off on the island, and the Fantastic Four barely escape. Sue is able to protect them with her force field.
And she knocks them out. It's knocked out by the Q bomb.
But we see them, like Ben is turning back into human, and the Fantastic Four lose their powers at the end of this story.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get back to that very soon. But there's another backup story in this. And it is The Mystery Villain from Strange Tales number 127, written by Stan Lee, with art by Dick Ayers and Paul Reinman.
Mm-hmm.
And Ben and Johnny are having an argument with Reed.
Yeah, like always, and that's another. I don't mind. It seems like they get an awful lot of arguments.
Yeah,
So they break off, and
yeah.
they get this mysterious summons by a mysterious stranger for a race.
Mm-hmm.
So they get in these race cars in Bonneville Salt Flats,
Mm-hmm.
and they go up to 400 miles an hour. Really cool cars, man. It's awesome looking.
Yeah.
When they get into the cars, and they cannot move, they cannot steer, they cannot brake, and they cannot get out because they're going too fast, which is interesting. He's going. Thing wants to get out, but he says if he gets out and it's going 400 miles an hour, he'll be killed.
Yeah.
And I thought you'd take that. He's the thing. It would kill me.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
I thought that's really fast, but I don't know. He's done so.
He's not invulnerable. I mean, he's he's able to take quite a beating, but
Mhm.
400 miles per hour and then just suddenly stop. What happens when an immovable object meets an unstoppable force?
Yeah, who knows?
You know.
Indeed. So,
So there's this villain.
and he traps him, and they fight him, and he's beating the crap out of him.
He wears a mask with a question mark all across his face.
Oh, and it's very subtle too, because I
Yeah.
didn't notice it.
Yeah.
But they find out that it's Reed Richards.
Yeah.
And this is something out of a Superman and Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah.
Thing. And I was kind of surprised.
Yeah.
Although I kind of, could it be Reed? And it was kind of cool.
Yeah,
So,
he just wanted to teach them a lesson
mhm.
while risking their lives.
Well, because they said, man, we should have, if he had stayed with the Fantastic Four, Reed Richards would have looked at it and done some research, and we
Yeah.
wouldn't get caught in this stupid thing. Because they didn't, they just took, they just, they get the invitation, oh, let's go, you know.
Yeah. So next we continue the storyline with the Fantastic Four have lost their powers. In Marvel's Greatest Comics number 31 and reprinted from Fantastic Four number 39, it's A Blind Man Shall Lead Them, written by Stan Lee with art by Jack Kirby and inks by Frank Giacoya. Now this is great. The FF have lost their powers and they're rescued by the Coast Guard.
No, Navy. Coast
Navy,
Guard doesn't
whatever.
have one. And there's a great picture of a submarine. Looks really cool, and that's well done. And they're grumpy because they've lost their powers.
Right.
And even Ben Grimm, who hates being the Thing, really hates not being the Thing, which is really human thing to do.
Well, right. He's conflicted, and I like that because he's gotten used to having the power,
Mhm.
and being a do-gooder and being able to do the things that he can do as the Thing. So,
Mhm.
you know,
We have another photo collage. Okay, I'm conflicted on it.
okay. So Reed is trying to create devices that will help allow them to duplicate their superpowers with
And
science.
they look pretty cool.
Yeah. He creates a remote control robot version of the Thing. He creates a flaming on suit for Johnny, and they're just trying these different things. Meanwhile, back in Latveria, Doctor Doom is
He's being entertained by a hypnotist magician.
yeah.
And the magician tries to hypnotize him. Oh, you're already hypnotized. And he takes it off. And Dr. Doom realizes that he had not defeated the Fantastic Four, but was beaten by them.
Yeah.
And so Dr. Doom mad.
Yeah, because in their previous encounter, Reed found a way to hypnotize Dr. Doom and make him think that he had beat them, and so that he would leave them alone and just go back to Latveria.
Mm-hmm.
Now that Doom knows that's not so, he has got to have revenge, and so he's going to attack the Fantastic Four.
I love me some Dr. Doom.
Man, this is great. And we get one more element that makes this story even better. Matt Murdock, who is the attorney for that the Fantastic Four keep on a retainer, he pays a visit to the Baxter Building,
Mm-hmm.
and Reed's gonna have him, do some legal crap for them, and then they're attacked by Dr. Doom, and so he suits up as Daredevil.
Reed Richards is worried about being killed.
Yeah,
So he's setting his affairs in order.
right.
That's really interesting. It's kind of scary.
Yeah,
So Dr. Doom attacks.
yeah,
Sends this huge glowing sign. The Fantastic Four shall now die by the hand of Doctor Doom.
Yes. And so Doctor Doom attacks the Baxter Building, and he actually takes over the Baxter Building's defenses and uses them against the Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
And
man.
so Daredevil has got to just save their butts for like the rest of the whole issue.
Yeah, the Baxter Building, they don't just put a Boy Scout in front of it, because it's been penetrated so many times by evildoers.
Yeah.
The only, we see in a little bit, it captures somebody. Oh, or did they go through? But somebody comes through and they're warned. But normally people are just breaking in all the time and stealing stuff. It seems
Yeah.
like,
Again, if they couldn't do that, we wouldn't have a story. So.
Oh, that's true too.
So what's going on
stories.
now?
So the Baxter Building is almost a character in the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
And more so, I think, than Fortress of Solitude and Stately Wayne Manor.
Yeah. I mean,
it's one of the most interesting
because
places.
it's where they live. I mean, Batman, a lot of the story is like he spent a little time in the cave and he's out on an adventure. Or Superman might go to the fortress, but they live here, so the story almost always starts at the Baxter Building.
Yeah, and they're renters.
Yeah.
Which makes it.
They have to deal with a landlord. Can you imagine being the guy who owns this building and have to deal with all this super villainy and all the problems that you have to deal with?
In space and then attacked a dozen times, or maybe 100.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Their rent's probably intense.
Mm-hmm.
So what's going on?
Well, I don't think so. The Baxter Building's attacking them.
Yeah.
Because of Doctor Doom. Some really cool stuff, and it's attack after attack after attack.
And they're all just trying to run away from all this stuff. They can't do anything. Yeah. And Daredevil is doing everything.
He comes on the scene and says, hey, I'll help. And he's... A lot of times because they're blinded or the smoke. And he says, follow me, out of danger.
Yeah.
It's interesting that Doctor Doom realizes that he has some other kind of sight than regular sight.
Yeah.
And Reed Richards doesn't notice it. Or he notices he's really huge. He says, how can he be so fast and agile? And how could he have caught that? But Doctor Doom gets close to it.
Yeah.
And Doctor Doom realizes the Fantastic Four are powerless.
Yeah. So, and this is a two-part story. And so we have the reprint from Fantastic Four number 38. Number 40. The Battle of the Baxter Building. And it just continues. Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, Vince Colletta.
And I would love to have that as the...
You'd love to have the original art?
Yeah,
that splash
look at
panel?
this. Man,
oh, it's awesome.
Dr. Doom on top of a building with Reed Richards and Daredevil and Sue and John. And the Thing, well, they're all there. They're hugely overscale.
Yeah, it's a great splash panel, though.
But Dr. Doom is shooting this super laser cannon. Man, it's just awesome.
Yes, it is. That's why Jack Kirby is the king of comics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
now and forever.
Mm-hmm.
There's Dr. Doom sends this like weird floating probe camera thing, and Daredevil turns his billy club into a gun and shoots it.
I have not seen that before.
That's the only time I've ever seen it do that, and he shoots this thing. But it's cool for the purpose of this story. You never see him shoot somebody,
right? But
he uses it to take out this thing.
Yeah, and the Fantastic Four takes the elevator up, and how did he?
Yeah, Daredevil got up, and he up to the top floor or whatever, and he's fighting Doctor Doom.
How did he do that? He just took the stairs, I guess. So.
He probably went out a window and swung up from his billy club cable or something.
Yeah, so he's keeping Doctor Doom occupied while they get up.
There is a great panel. I love this when he jumps at Doctor Doom, and Doctor Doom says, "Bah, Daredevil." And just grabs him, and he just...
See how easily I break your grip in my steel-shod fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man.
This is comic books at their best.
Well, so they come up and fight. Oh, and they get frozen. And then Daredevil figures out how to turn the steam on.
Yeah.
It's really, it's an awesome fight.
So...
And...
What is it?
And Reed finds a power ray and gives everybody back their power.
So Ben's the Thing again.
And he doesn't look too happy about it.
But boy, then he has this epic fight with Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom keeps throwing all this different kinds of stuff at him, and nothing it's slowing Ben down, but it won't beat him. Ben is determined to beat him. Ben, and he even puts this thing on Ben's back that's supposed to increase his weight, so he's whatever. Mm-hmm. And the thing just says, "You creep! What what? It'll take more than that to take care of me."
Yeah.
And despite this thing making him super heavy, Ben gets up and clobbers Doctor Doom, right?
Right. No, it can't be.
Yeah.
Oh man. That's the thing about the Thing.
Yeah.
Is that he will not stop.
He will no. He's got this determination that's just can't be broken.
There's this time when this boxer comes down to Earth from outer space, and have you seen this?
Go ahead and tell the story. I don't know it.
So if anyone can beat him, Earth will be set free. If not, they'll be destroyed or enslaved or something.
Okay.
So all the superheroes, we got Incredible, the bottom. No, what the Harry and Henderson's the Sasquatch.
Okay.
You got Sasquatch. You got Hulk. You got Thor. You have a couple other lesser knowns.
Okay.
Right, and they're all kicked out because Thor because he's an unthinking monster.
Thor.
No, not Thor. Excuse me, Hulk. Thor because he cheats and uses his hammer. Because I think that he didn't. I don't know. He got mad and grabbed his hammer and some other things. But the Thing fought him, and the alien was beating the crap out of him, and kept beating the crap out of him, and the Thing kept fighting, and then the alien box says, "Hey, you put up a good fight. I'll let y'all go because you would not give up."
Yeah, I'm unfamiliar with this story.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think it's in the greatest hits or something like that. So
I'll have to check it out.
Wonderful. Well done. Well drawn.
Yeah.
That's the thing about the Thing.
Yeah.
So that's a big, great book.
Yeah. But the Thing finally gets past all this crap Doctor Doom's throwing at him, and he crushes his gloves and rips out a bunch of stuff from his suit, and Reed stops him just from killing him.
Yeah. That's a mistake.
He's like, look, he's humiliated. He's suffered no greater defeat. He's totally defeated him. You let him go. And so Doctor Doom kind of crawls off, and but he'll be back because he's Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
And Ben is pissed because he's been made the Thing again, and he thought he was going to be human. So I'm cutting out of this combo.
Yep, that's what happened.
So, and we'll get back to that storyline in a minute. But we've got Ben and Johnny meet Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch from Strange Tales number 128. It's written by Stan Lee with art by Dick Ayers and inked by Frank Giacoia.
Yeah, not a huge fan of Quicksilver or the Scarlet Witch, but it's okay. And not a bad story. Man, Quicksilver's kind of effeminate or something.
Is he?
He's carrying luggage and leaping around like.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know.
I never thought of him that way.
I never thought of him until I saw that panel. Not that there's anything wrong with it.
Yeah. Now, so.
I don't know. He's kind of like an elvish character. It's not.
Okay.
Ethereal kind of and hoity-toity. So.
Yeah, he's definitely kind of a snooty attitude with him, but so. At this time, Ben and Johnny know that Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch were with Magneto and the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants.
Because they're all over TV.
Yeah. But Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch were thinking of trying to leave Magneto.
Because he's evil.
Because they go to meet the Fantastic Four for help, and of course they have the misunderstanding. And and Johnny and Ben think there's just another supervillain attack.
Right.
And so they fight him.
Yep. And that's about it. So it ends kind of a draw, and they run off, and now they hate mankind.
Yeah. So
okay.
You've got Marvel's.
I messed up my collection.
Of your notes here. Yeah. Well, I'll just kind of go.
Oh no, I'll find it, but I just.
Okay.
Oh, I got it.
There we go. So from Marvel's Greatest Comics number 32, we've got The Brutal Betrayal of Ben Grimm, reprinted from Fantastic Four number 41. And it's that same winning combo, written by Stan Lee, art by Jack Kirby and Vince Colletta.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So Ben's leaving the Fantastic
Yeah,
Four.
he leaves. He pops down in a pickup truck, in the back of one, and the inhabitants of the pickup truck never look out their window or the mirror and
Right.
see the thing.
Or notice, hey, man, we're kind of burning up gas, or because I mean, he's got to
like
weigh a lot.
500 or 600 pounds at least. Over
Yeah.
there. Maybe a ton. Who knows? So, I never weighed him.
Right. Me either.
I love it when the Fantastic Four clean up after themselves in this huge fight. I always love that.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. It is such a. You know they have to do it. Superheroes have to clean up after themselves all the time.
Sure.
So.
Oh yeah. I mean, somebody attacks or, whatever. Yeah, there's going to be lots of things that they have to clean up all the time.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful! Another cool on splash panel. Oh, thing gets captured by the Frightful Four, and Medusa. They start arguing again, and Medusa takes care of them. It's a wonderful little panel, big panel, half a page.
Yeah.
She's just sitting there, la la la, and grabbing Sandman and about to smash him.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, I'll dissolve, so your tresses cannot hold me." And she just makes her hair into a fan and blows it all over the place. That's kind of funny.
So it's weird though. I mean, if the Sandman is like blown totally, he's just sand particles everywhere, or it's weird how he's able to reconstitute himself.
Mm-hmm. Not a cool character.
Yeah.
It's so the Fantastic Four is worried about Ben, and they hear a report that he's on this highway, and was seen there. So, Johnny gets his cool Sportster, and I have no idea what kind of car it is.
It might not be a real one. It's some roadster. Yeah.
Yeah, really cool looking. And while they're looking for him, the wizard uses his id and makes him bad.
Yeah, he uses his machine to access Ben's id. It's the id machine, and turns him evil.
Yeah.
And so he becomes a member of the Frightful Four. Now the Frightful Five, I guess.
Yeah. We have a wonderful scene. Sandman and Medusa are playing cards.
And she's holding up all the cards with her hair.
Yeah. And drinking, holding a saucer and drinking a cup of tea. It's just a nice little thing. And Paste Pot Pete, or the Trapster, is mad about it.
Because he's jealous. All the other fellas in the Frightful Four, they've got the hots for her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and rightfully so. I mean, she's lovely.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So there's all kinds of jealousy in that group.
Yep. Yeah. It's a bunch of different ways of going. There's a lot of lines of hatred, and no one likes each other.
They're a very volatile combo.
Yeah. I mean, they all like Medusa, except I think Wizard is worried about her usurping. But,
Yeah. I mean, because she and Sandman have, like, real powers. Paste Pot Pete, or Traps, or whatever, and the Wizard, it's all, like, stuff they invented or things. So, you can break that stuff. You can't... It takes a lot to take away someone...
powers, too, apparently.
It takes a lot to take away someone's superpowers, though.
I don't know. I mean, every other Superman comic, he loses power this way or that way, it seems.
Wow.
Yeah. I guess it is harder.
So.
It is cool to see Medusa's hair. And it's really... She takes care of Sue. Pretty cool. But it's pretty. They threw out like a nuclear bomb against Sue's force field. That looks neat.
So yeah,
it's a huge fight. The Thing is fighting against the rest of the members of Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
So they got everybody trapped up. They put Sue in a plastic bag that will not break. So
I thought that was weird.
It's weird, but would it work?
I don't know.
because all of her force fields are around. So if she made a sharp one like a knife, she could cut through. But I never seen that. So maybe it.
I mean, she can do kind of rudimentary constructs, but it's not like Green Lantern level
Right.
stuff. I mean, not till much later, I don't think. But yeah, Johnny's knocked out, and they start to use the id machine on him to make him evil. So
Yeah, and they got water, a water hose set up so if he wakes up and tries to turn on heat, it
douses him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's clever.
And they put Reed Richards in a board with a bunch of glue.
Yeah, they glue him to a table, which I think is so funny.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, they knock out the Frightful Four knock out Thing with a word.
Mm-hmm.
Sleep. Oh, I wouldn't use a common word like that. Hey, we'll go get some sleep. Oh, sorry, Thing.
Yeah. The wizard used there's a code word so he can control him if he needed to and that stuff. So yeah.
It should be something like Alakazam. No one will say that in conversation. Man, Medusa is constantly stopping Frightful Four but being more frightful. That's kind of cool. She's the grown up of the group.
She really is. I mean, the wizard is kind of just full of hot air and full of himself.
Yeah, I mean, he's powerful though.
Yeah, just kind of. So we get the second part of this story in, excuse me, it's reprinted from Fantastic Four number 42. It's To Save You, Why Must I Kill You? Written by Stan Lee, again, with art by Jack Kirby and Vince Coletta.
Yeah.
And it's continuing the same story.
Yeah, let's see, Sue fights Medusa. Pretty good battle.
Mm-hmm.
So Reed expands himself like a balloon
Mm-hmm.
and really ticks off Thing. So it makes him so mad that he breaks the board. So it releases Reed, and he hammers the crap out of him.
I think it's so funny. He makes Ben mad, so he smashes the table that he's glued to.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah,
Thing is not as powerful in this state because he loses some of his strength.
Sure.
And fighting abilities.
Well, think about it. Evil. Your id is one part of your consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the total of your mind. So that makes sense that he'd be slowed down and different things. So
right. This is a piece de resistance of this whole thing.
Okay.
The Thing rolls up Reed and puts him in like a bottle, and a metal bottle, and stuffs him in and really hammers on the cork tightly.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's not the first time I've seen him do that. That's the funny thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But it's pretty funny.
Yeah. Medusa fights Johnny by wetting her hair and smacking the crap out of him with her hair.
Wet hair, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
funny.
guess that would work. I don't know.
Well, it would keep it from singeing her hair, that's for sure. So, I mean, it could. I mean, and if you have your hair soaking wet, do you ever have long hair, Jeff?
Yes, I have.
Okay, I did too. And yeah, it weighs a lot. There's a lot of water in soaking wet hair. So, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I could buy that.
Right.
I wouldn't try to put out a fire with it.
No.
But,
oh, it's a cool fight. Reed uses the wizard's
anti-gravity discs.
Yeah, so it's like the last one we saw with instead of Doctor Doom using Fantastic Four stuff, Fantastic Four is using the wizard stuff. So,
yeah. So yeah, he hits everybody with these anti-gravity discs, so they start just floating away.
Mm-hmm.
It allows the Fantastic Four to get the upper hand and to beat them, but the Frightful Four do get away.
Yep. But they get their powers back, and everybody's they not.
Yeah.
No, they had the power.
Yeah. But
okay. Oh man.
But they get to be themselves again. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah. Because the Johnny was a bad guy for a little bit.
Yeah. But I think if the id machine was destroyed, which it probably was, I think it kind of fixed things. So we got a backup story with the Thing and the Human Torch, and it's the story's called The Terrible Trio. It's from Strange Tales number 129. Written by Stan Lee, art by Dick Ayers, and inked by Frankie Ray.
Yeah.
Did you like this story?
There are some parts I like, but not really. Although Thing is calling Johnny on the Alerto phone. I'm going to call my iPhone the Alerto phone. That's a much better name. I like it.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I can dig it.
Yeah. But the Terrible Trio, oh, gosh.
They're just
they're not
slightly.
so,
They're slightly more than common criminals. They're not like super villain levels. I mean, like, I don't even think Batman would have any trouble with these guys.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
Johnny's out golfing with Dory, his girlfriend, right?
Yeah, he's really cute and doesn't like the superhero bit, but she does.
Of course.
Yeah.
Chicks dig it, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So who's the Terrible Trio?
You got someone guy. He's like a swami.
Yoki Dakor and handsome Harry Phillips.
What does Harry do?
He's got super sensitive hearing, and a sly con man brain always pose a dangerous threat.
And then the swami can do snake charming and like have a fly on a magic carpet. And then there's some big strong oaf.
Yeah, Bull Brogan.
Mm-hmm.
So okay,
but it's not like he's strong enough to beat the Thing or anything.
No, but they trap Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
And they tie him to railroad tracks.
Oh my gosh!
They mentioned that in the very beginning, Perils of Pauline.
Yeah,
and that was.
It's an old film serial. Yeah, I know it.
I've never seen one, but I've seen clips, and they're always tying Pauline to the railroad tracks.
And somebody's just twirling their mustache.
Anyone's ever done that?
I don't know. I don't need to know that bad.
Yeah. But so they tie up Thing and put him right beside there, and the Thing is about to be hit by a train, and he lifts up his feet to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
And the Terrible Trio is like, I can't watch this, and so they're doing the three monkey bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and he stops it, and they think the Terrible Trio think they defeated him, so hey, let's go beat up Mr. Fantastic now.
Right. But they get caught, right?
Right.
Yeah. Of course. So yeah, there's a reason there's called the Fantastic Four. Let's have the four of them and against real super foes.
Mm-hmm.
These just these Ben and Johnny team up stories are just kind of, they're missing an important element. Two important elements.
Yeah. Yeah, the bickering between Johnny and Thing gets old sometimes.
Yeah. So, but moving on, we got we've got Metamorpho number 16. And the story is Jaziba, Queen of Fury, written by Bob Haney, with art by Sal Trapani.
Yeah, so we have Sapphire marries Witch Twit.
Yeah,
and
Sapphire, Metamorpho's girlfriend, is marrying this other guy, and
that was kind of, I don't know. Well, was there a courtship or just total out of the blue? Or
I don't know. Like I haven't read the preceding issue, so I couldn't really tell you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Metamorpho is really sad about it.
Yeah,
but he gets this. I don't know. He writes this huge graffiti on the dock saying, "I will always love you, Sap baby, Rex."
Yeah, Rex Mason, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Rex Mason is such a Ben Grimm character type.
Yeah. I love it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
All right. We have a wonderful advertisement for Mattel's new M16 Marauder. Why is it wonderful? I had this.
You had it?
And I loved it. It was great.
Did it really make sound?
Yes, it did.
Cool.
It probably would make sound now if I hadn't stepped on it. Or actually, I have no idea what happened to it.
That's kind of the way with toys sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just disappear.
I play with that thing so many times.
How many commies did you grease with that thing?
I don't know.
Imaginary commies, obviously, but
yeah.
I imagine quite a few.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
I'm just having visions of just boyhood, crouching behind the bushes, waiting for Nazis or Soviets to jump out to take their medicine.
Indeed. Oh, so this Element girl likes.
Oh yeah.
And I hadn't heard of her, and that seems like an obvious thing for them to get together, but
because it's so obvious, no.
Yeah.
But,
all right, we have an advertisement for The Day Is Coming Closer about editorial department comics. And so what's going on? Have any idea?
Turn the page. This is
Oh,
probably one of those. Oh, weird. Usually I don't know. I don't
yeah.
know.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know how sometimes you'll see an advertisement in a magazine and they're like, "What's
You know,
coming great?" And they turn the next page and
I
it's
was
the part
kind
two of
of
the end.
worried that there was something behind there, and I didn't see. Oh, but another cool thing about jet planes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you see this one-page ad that's kind of like announcing contest winners of kids sending in suggestions of what Metamorpho should turn into?
which is awesome.
Yeah.
What a great thing to do. So
Oh yeah.
they can only turn. I didn't know this. He can only turn into stuff that's in the human body.
Yeah. So elements that are found in the human body, he can turn into those kinds of
So I
things.
guess he can't turn into adamantium or whatever.
Yeah, but he would turn into he could turn into iron, or he could turn into calcium and different things like that.
I think we have gold in our bodies.
Do we?
I think so. Minute quantities.
Well, sure. Many of the elements on the periodic table are found in the human body. So, but I like that. It's kind of cool. So, what's going on? This guy, the Shadow, basically, gets Rex to go with him on to some adventure or something.
To go to a lost city of May 4. Or May 4. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Is this where you want to talk about lost cities?
Okay. They find us. There's a huge civilization there, and there's this girl.
Who looks just like Sapphire.
Right. And in the name of She Who Never Dies, I am to salute you. This is from the novel She by H. Rider Haggard.
Oh, yeah.
And She Who Must
Not be
obeyed,
named. Oh, She Who Must
be obeyed.
Be obeyed? Okay.
Rumpole the Bailey, which is a wonderful series of books and TV shows from England about this barrister. He calls his wife She Who Must Be Obeyed, which made me look it up. And he's important. He did King Solomon's Mines, which is
Haggard.
This is very important because this really kind of invented the genre of lost cities and civilizations and.
So does this precede Burroughs then?
I think so. I think
okay.
It's in 18. Invented out in Porter, Maine.
Right.
So I say it's Victorian.
So I guess it would precede Edgar S. Burroughs. I'm pretty sure he wrote in the 20th century.
Mm-hmm.
So wow. Okay.
Nothing bad on Burroughs.
Oh no.
Yeah. So, but she, what's her name? Jaziba. Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
But she looks like Sapphire, which is kind of a
another one of those tropes. Like really?
Yeah.
Oh, we got a great 2-page just pinup of Metamorpho and his cast of characters as the center spread of this comic.
Yeah.
I've been tempted to just get a nice color copy of this and pin that up on my wall.
It's interesting group. I mean, there's a love interest and an evil boss and a moronic huge.
Yeah, you get Metamorpho, and we've got Sapphire, we've got Simon Stagg, and of course Java the Ape Man.
Mm-hmm.
Weird cast of characters.
Yeah, not that bad. It works. It's not great, but it's cool. Oh, so Metamorpho defends against this big gladiator, and he fights him pretty hard.
Yeah, and the gladiator is made of metal, I think.
I always like looking at the letters section. I don't always read the letters, but
in the letters section they actually have them written by Metamorpho or the answers.
And he says, "I'm merely marvelous."
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah. I find it amusing when they have the letters column allegedly answered by the lead character or whatever.
Yeah, but it's special all villain issue of Batman.
And the 80-page giant.
Wow,
those are fun.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful thing from the Silver Age. The 80-page giants.
Mm-hmm. So find out that Jaziba wants him to start to take over the world.
Right. Now, we should mention that Jaziba thought Metamorpho was her long-lost love, who was also a metamorph.
So what's going on with that? I mean,
he got his powers from going into some weird Egyptian temple or some crap, and apparently he wasn't the first. I mean, that's how
Yeah.
the She-Freak got her, excuse me, Element Girl
Mm-hmm.
got her powers as well. So,
They're not bad powers. I wouldn't mind having them.
yeah. But
I
if
don't
you could
like the
turn them
white
off and
face.
be human,
Yeah, I don't like the
that's the
white
problem.
face, but
But yeah,
he can turn on the powers when he needs to. It's not.
here's the thing: he can make himself look
Mhm.
normal, but he can't. He's made up of elements. He's not like looks like regular flesh. This gets delved into in other places. He's
Well,
not
yeah.
quite human.
But he's not always turning into different elements. I mean, he looks bad, but it's not as bad as Thing or
Sure.
Hulk. And I don't know, you get used to that, I suppose. So he has this huge army, and he's trying to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
And he stops it, and but Jaziba gets mad, comes out, and somehow she gets
Because she had
oh.
stayed in this like hidden city or whatever, she leaves it, and then she gets like really old and dies.
Is that the reason why? Did they ever say why she gets old and dies?
I think so. I don't know. I read this like a week ago.
Yeah, and I just read it yesterday, and I can't remember what happened. So, oh, now for Teen Beam, with the monkey, with the most hilarious exclusive of the year, Monkeys Family Album. Hmm.
Yeah, the house ad for Teen Beam, and I
You ever
think,
watched the Monkeys? Interesting show.
man, and here's the thing: people, there's no like, oh, I kind of like the monkeys. It's like people obsess about the monkeys. It's weird. I hear people talk about the monkeys, and it's like, okay, yeah, they're fun, like, but move on. There's other stuff out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, people just go nuts for the monkeys.
It's a cool show, important. The music's pretty good. There's some.
Yeah, the
Uh,
monkeys have some cool songs, and the show is fun. But good grief, I mean, it's
it's kind of a sad. They were popular, and then the hippies came along, and everything had to be more natural, and the monkeys were an artificial band
yeah.
put together,
But they became a real band.
but they never got popular doing that.
Right.
Uh, they toured with Hendrix, his first American
Yeah.
tour.
He opened for them, right?
In Raleigh, and it didn't go well. The teeny boppers did not like Hendrix. So,
Really?
hmm
That's funny. Well, that makes sense.
yeah. But then they tried to, they made Head, which is a wonderful movie.
Yeah, I've heard about that movie. I
Yeah.
haven't seen it, but
It's fun.
yeah.
But,
So
let's see.
we get to talk about one of Jeff's favorites, Mighty Samson.
I don't know why I like it so much. I mean, it's not great, but it's really well drawn.
Yeah, I think that's the difference. I'm not crazy about Jack Sparling's art.
Really?
Yeah, but let's talk about it. It's Mighty Samson number 19, and the lead story, the Samson story, is Day of the Deluge, whatever. It's a flood, and written by Otto Binder with art by Jack Sparling.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, that's fairly well interesting flood. New York City being flooded, and here Samson's trying to help his people out, and he finds this flame fish, and so he gets rescued by a pelican, and a big pelican who wants to eat him, but he jumps out. Then he throws a what is this?
some kind
Paper mill, or it's for a newspaper.
of a printing
And
press.
he throws a printing press on top of the flaying fish and kills him. Yay!
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
So he's trying to find Charmaine and the doctor.
Yeah, and he just passes right by him.
Nice little thing on Carthage.
Yeah, the one-page text thing.
We'll skip the Ultra Thief.
Oh yeah, there is a Tom Tomorrow story in this, but Tom Tomorrow sucks so bad we just don't need to talk about him.
I don't know. Some of it looks cool, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Oh, so back to the drowning city.
Yeah.
Pretty cool disaster. It gets attacked by a huge electric eel. He electrocutes it.
So Samson finds all these boats floating around in the debris, and he lashes them together.
Yeah.
Create a big raft, which is cool.
All these humans he saves. He's still looking for Charmaine.
Yeah.
And it's a kind of a cool. Well, we need to find Mendor and Charmaine because Mendor has amazing plans, and he's going to save her, next her civilization. And then some smart aleck says, "What about Charmaine, Samson? A beautiful woman. Some say she has captured your heart." He says, "She is only a friend. Work your poles, men, not your idle mouths." I
Yeah.
love that.
So
Actually, that's what the most human part of this whole show.
yeah.
That's this way people act, and that's
Yeah, I think it's so weird. It's just like, well, why is he ashamed? Why is he ashamed to admit it?
guys like that. You don't want to be admit you like somebody. Um,
I do it all the time. But
oh,
but I'm
you don't want to
straight,
be.
so
You don't want to. Adolescents don't want to let people know that they love a girl. Maybe they like to. Oh, I took advantage of the girl or something like that.
Oh, that's a horrible thing to say.
Oh,
To do.
oh, yeah, I got lucky with her last night. Blah 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 blah.
Well, that's different than taking advantage.
That's taking. Well, it's not. No, it kind of is. So,
That,
getting a girl's favors and then telling people about it, I would say, is taking advantage.
well, that's just being a pig. You should never kiss and tell. But
Right.
taking advantage, I mean, I've always taken it as you are. It's not like they gave you permission. It's like you got them
Oh,
drunk
no,
or
no, no,
something.
not meaning that. So
Okay.
maybe I'm using the word wrong,
I think so.
but I'm saying seducing somebody, but actually most of the time is they really do like the girl, but they don't want to admit it to their friends.
Yeah, that's weird.
So this is
This is an odd tangent for us to get into.
I know. So and we're going to end it, right?
Yes.
Well, okay. So they're going through Manhattan. It's full of water. So they decide to go to visit Tara.
Tara of
And-
Jers,
Yeah,
who you just love.
I do. And
She's a good
they
villainess.
knock Samson in the head and throw him in the water.
And he has to fight a giant lobster
Because
or
he will not let
something.
him go to Tara.
Right, right.
And he's saved by Charmaine and Mendor.
Mm-hmm.
And here is Tara herself, looking fetching in her boots and miniskirt,
Yeah.
throwing rocks down on the villagers.
Right.
So Samson comes up and he's about to beat her up. But they say they'll leave each other alone. And then Tara says, "Good luck." And so what's up with that?
I don't know. Maybe there's like some kind of tension between she and Samson, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, it's kind of so. All right.
so
Well, I was entertained.
yeah. So our last book for today is Mystery in Space, number 112.
This very dense drawing. A lot of stuff packed in the panels.
Yeah, but a lot of these stories are really short in this, which are
Mhm.
kind of good.
Well done.
Yeah, it's
pretty.
Let me give a little intro to this. It's a science fiction anthology, and it's pretty fun. The lead story is called Insurrection. It's written by Mike W. Barr, with art by Tom Sutton.
Hmm.
So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. We see a spaceship that looks kind of like the Klingon
Oh yeah.
bird of prey. No, not bird of prey. It's a
Warbird.
cruiser, which is the coolest spaceship of all time, I think.
Sure.
Yeah, but
Not as cool as Jupiter 2. No,
the Jupiter 2.
from Lost in
Oh,
Space. I'm
yeah,
kidding, of
okay.
course. That's
Yeah.
not that much of a spaceship.
Beautiful drawings. So they come to this planet, and these humanoids being attacked by lizard people.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know where this is. They decide to help the humanoids, and we know where this is going to.
Yeah.
So the lizard people were actually friendly and nice, and the humanoids were evil.
And they were
so-
just slaughtering these lizard people, and it was they duped these humans into helping them, and then they steal their ship, right?
Yeah. Yep, and take over the world, the universe.
Yeah. So
Oh.
pretty awful. Twinkie alert.
Yeah. Fruit pies. the world's cutest villainess, I think. She's just darling. She's golden.
And
Have you seen this one before?
I may have. We haven't talked about it on the show. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Hawkman.
Yeah, who was it? She is what's her name?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Golden Raven.
Hmm.
She's after the eagle on top, golden eagle on top of a flagpole. So,
this is a supervillain with low aspirations.
Mm-hmm. Well, if it's solid gold, I'd be after it too. But yeah.
But that's like saying someday I want to grow up and be in a cover band. It's not like.
Yeah, she reaches a hand for the golden eagle, and he throws Hostess fruit pies in front of her. Eats
those instead.
She's one in each hand. So.
Two fists in it, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're that good.
I know, she's got the short bobbed hair. It's just darling. So
okay.
She's cute. All right. Howl.
Yeah, and it's not Allen Ginsberg.
No.
But Howl.
Shift here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Howl by J.M. DeMatteis with art by Alan Weiss and inked by Terry Austin.
Mm-hmm. Gorgeously done, and still very dense. And a lot of it's really packed, and
good science fiction comics, I think, do that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. So there's this war ship and going in outer space, and they're bored, and they find a lifeboat, and with a pretty girl in it.
Yeah, they rescue this chick, and wow, she is boomy.
Yep, and this is going to be trouble.
Yeah.
The captain is kind of...
is a woman.
Yeah, so she's kind of doesn't like the new girl. But,
big surprise there.
Right. But they find out that the new girl is a vampire. Wow.
A space vampire.
So the vampire is going to take over and all this, but the captain says, well, we're going straight into a sun, and somebody will kill you. So, I want to take it over. I want to turn into mist and escape. Well, you can't escape because this ship is made out of silver. And then we hear the howl of the vampire.
Yeah.
Because they're defeated.
Yeah. Of course, I would think if it's called Howl, you'd think a story would be about a werewolf. I don't think about vampires howling. But whatever, it was a pretty cool story.
Mm-hmm. Very nice, well drawn.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, so then our next story is called Restoration. It's written by George Kasdan with art by Trevor Von Eden and inks by Bob Smith.
All three of these are Twilight-esque. Twilight Zone-esque.
There's 4 stories.
And this one is very Twilight Zone-esque.
Oh, yes.
A couple and their idiot son.
Yeah. And, it's not their son, or it's her son, and he's the stepfather.
Yeah, he's really mad about it.
Yeah, and the son is, he's retarded.
He's in 20s and he plays with dolls.
Yeah.
And they get knocked out in an explosion, and they're found by aliens. The guy who doesn't like the kid is only a survivor.
Yeah.
So the aliens try to reconstruct him because he's badly damaged. And they said, well, we didn't know what you looked like, so we looked at one of the dolls, and it's this alien lizard creature.
Yeah. And it's just an okay story. And so the last story of this book, last story of the episode, is called Out of the Electric Blue. It's written by George Kasdan with art by Jerry Bingham. And I like this story. This might be the best of the bunch.
Yeah. Interesting wife. Your classic housewife. Curlers, bathrobe.
Yeah.
Overweight, mean expression.
This guy's a ham radio operator. That's his hobby.
He didn't lock the door.
Yeah.
And he's come, and she opens the door, and there's an alien girl with him in his underwear.
Yeah.
And
an alien pet.
Yeah. Big, nasty looking one.
Yeah. So the wife comes in, and she's just being a, blankety blank.
Right.
And the alien pet thinks she's threatening the alien girl and kills the wife.
Mm-hmm. And then they disappear because they run out of power or something.
Yeah. And then the cops come and take the husband to jail, obviously for murder.
Yeah.
And so he goes to the chair, basically. He tries to explain to this as what's happened, like the ham radio allowed them to transport from this other planet to visit him,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody thinks he's nuts. So he goes to the chair, but when he's
And
electrocuted,
but she needed power in order for him to get him safety, and the electric chair gives the power, so she saves him, and they live happily ever after.
yeah, and so he disappears from the electric chair and goes back to her planet, and he lives
Oh,
with this golden girl with red hair.
he
So
should have told his wife or locked the door, for crying out loud.
yeah,
And why hasn't his wife checked on him before?
I don't know.
But a cool story,
Yeah,
nice, very well.
yeah,
Had some cool stuff this time, I
yeah.
think. And
I think generally we do. It's not too
mhm.
much of a drag.
No,
What did we learn this week, Jeff?
oh,
What did we learn today?
watch out for vampires in outer space. Lock your door to keep your wife out if you're messing with ham radios and aliens.
Okay.
All right, until next time.
All right.